Welcome to the Outthinker Blogcast, the blogcast dedicated to helping you outthink your competition. My name's Krippendorff. This week I want to talk about corporate value. Now, you may have heard this month that AT&T announced it's going to try to acquire T-Mobile for $39 billion, and maybe that got you thinking. Your company may not be worth $39 billion, but it's worth something, and how can you value that, and how can you increase the value of that? Now, we get that kind of question all the time from our clients, and of course, we think that the best way to answer a question you don't know the answer to is to ask someone who does know the answer. For example, when you want to cook a dish, who do you talk to? You talk to a chef, or you look at a recipe book. When you're putting together some IKEA furniture, you look at the instructions. So what are the instructions? What's the recipe to help you build company value? Now, over the years, we've talked to a number of CEOs that have done this, but last week we think we hit the jackpot. My colleague Nadia Laurinci got a chance to interview Phil Fernandez. He's an entrepreneur who's already taken 2 companies public and is working on his 3rd, Mercado. We got a chance to talk to Phil and ask him about what his recipe is, because obviously he's doing something right. He's done it twice, and it looks like he's doing it a 3rd time. How do you create corporate value? He described 5 keys to doing that. The first is set out to change the world. Build a business that is pursuing and operating that is so big that it is going to have a dramatic impact in the world. For example, Tesla Motors, one of our favorite outthinkers, it is pursuing a mission which it says is to increase the number and variety of electric cars available to mainstream consumers. So what is your big mission? How is you achieving that going to change the world? Number 2, Phil suggests that you look to answer 3 questions about your product or service. That your product or service, to really create value, has to meet 3 criteria. Number 1, it has to create dramatic value for the customer. 2, it has to be well defined, and 3, it has to be unique relative to the competition. And if you think about it, every breakthrough product, Skype, the iPad, the Flip, pass all 3 of those tests. Number 3, kill the plum tree. There's a Chinese saying that sometimes you have to kill the plum tree in order to allow the peach tree to thrive. Similarly, you have to be able to say no to business opportunities that might lead you away from building your corporate value. Number 4, build with velocity. A company's value is based on investors' projection of what the value, what revenue growth will be, and that is determined by your historic value. So if you can build with philosophy early on and create a rapid growth trajectory, you create a story of growth, and that increases value. Number 5, manage customer acquisition costs. Figure out how you can acquire new customers at half the price of your competitors. One of our favorite outthinkers, for example, is Vistaprint. It spends close to nothing on traditional marketing. Instead, it gives away free business cards which carry little to no incremental costs, and that is how they market themselves. So those are 5 keys for dramatically building corporate value. Number 1, ask yourself, how is your company, product, or service going to change the world? Number 2, does it pass those 3 tests? Does it create value? Is it unique? And is it well defined? Number 3, how are you going to know to say no to business opportunities? Number 4, how do you create a story of velocity? And 5, how are you going to dramatically reduce customer acquisition costs? If you follow those 5, at least Phil tells us, you're going to build corporate value. My name's Krippendorff. This is the Outthinker Blogcast. I hope this is useful to you, and I look forward to seeing you next week.